Hey, good morning, future shapers and tech lovers. Welcome to yet another episode of 5G 6G Wave, the podcast where we dive deep into the technologies that are about to change everything. I'm your host, Modi Darani, and today we are going way beyond 5G. Yes, you heard that right. I have never been more excited about technology than the time and space that we are living in right now. The world has been changing super fast ever since AI took on the mainstream. While most of us are still figuring out what 5G really mean for us, those flashy AR filters on our phones don't exactly feel life changing. But behind the scenes, scientists, engineers, and telecom giants are already building the next big leap, 6G. Now, I know that you are thinking 6G, isn't 5G still rolling out? Well, yes, but in the world of wireless technology, innovation does not wait. By the time 6G officially launches, which is expected around 2030, it won't just feel like the next version of 5G, it is going to be a complete revolution in how we connect, communicate, and even live. Imagine a world where you can shake hands with someone on the other side of the planet, not on a screen, but through a hologram that feels real. Picture a city where trillions of invisible sensors monitor air quality, traffic, and even your health, all without batteries. Envision a network so intelligent it predicts network congestion before it happens and heal itself like a living organism. That is not a sci-fi, that is 6G. In this episode, we are breaking down the six revolutionary services that will define 6G, from ultra enhanced mobile broadband to AI native networks and the mind blowing tactile internet. We will explore how 6G will transform healthcare, education, transportation, and even how we experience reality. So, whether you are a tech pro, a curious learner, or just someone who loves the future, stay with me because in the next 20 minutes, your idea of what possible is about to change. All right, before we leap into the future, let's take a moment to ground ourselves in the present. To truly appreciate 6G, we need to understand where we came from. Let's start with a quick reality check. 5G was a game changer with its three pillars: EMBB, Enhanced Mobile Broadband, URLLC, Ultra Reliable Low Latency Communication, and MMTC, Massive Machine Type Communication. It promised faster speed, near instant response times, and the ability to connect millions of IoT devices. But here the thing, 5G was designed for today's problem. 6G, it is being built for tomorrow's dream. So, what's the difference? Well, 5G peaks at around 10 to 20 Gbps under ideal condition. Impressive, right? Absolutely. But 6G, we are talking terabit per second speeds. That is up to 1000 Gbps. Yes, you heard that right. 1 Tbps. Enough to download 100 full length 4K movies in less than a second. And speed is just the beginning. 6G won't just be faster, it will be smarter, more immersive, and deeply integrated into our lives. It is not just about connecting phones and laptops. 6G will connect everything: your clothes, your skin, your car, your city, even drones in the stratosphere. It will use higher frequency bands like terahertz spectrum frequencies, so uh, high they were once considered unstable. These bands allow massive bandwidth, enabling data heavy application like real time holography and full sensory virtual reality. But with great power comes great challenges: signal range, power consumption, infrastructure needs. That's why 6G is being designed with AI at its core, using machine learning to manage networks, optimize signals, and even predict user behavior. And get this, 6G won't just be a ground based network. It will be space, air, ground, sea integrated system, satellite, high altitude balance, drones, underwater sensors, all working together seamlessly. So, while 5G connected the world, 6G will redefine reality. But how? Let's dive into six revolutionary services category that will make 6G not just fast but magical. Now let's shift gear and zoom into on the first major leap in 6G, ultra enhanced mobile broadband or UEMBB, the spiritual successor of 5G EMBB. If 5G gave us 4K streaming and cloud gaming, 6G UEMBB will deliver 8K, 16K, and even 32K immersive video, not on a flat screen but in 360-degree volumetric format. Imagine watching a football game where you can walk around the field in real time, choose your own camera angle, or even stand next to your favorite player, all through a lightweight AR/VR headset connected via 6G. This is not just about entertainment. UMBB will power holographic telepresence. Think Star Wars style projection of colleagues in your office, doctor consulting patient from across the globe, or teachers delivered lesson in 3D to student in remote villages. And because 6G will have terabit per second level speed and ultra low latency, this experience will feel real. No lag, no blur, no buffering. But here the kicker, 6G won't just stream content, it will understand context with semantic communication. More on that later we will cover. The network won't just send raw data, it will send meaning. So instead of transmitting every pixel of a video, it sends the idea, drastically reducing bandwidth need and while preserving quality. UEMBB will also enable digital twins of cities, real time dynamic 3D models of entire urban areas, updated every second, used for traffic control, disaster response, and urban planning. So, while 5G made video calls smooth, 6G UMBB will make distance disappear. Welcome to the era of spatial computing, where the digital and physical worlds merge and your internet connection does not just carry data, it carries presence. Now, I want to take you from the visual to the physical, from seeing to feeling, because next up on our 6G journey is one of the most mind blowing promises of all, the tactile internet. This is powered by Extreme URLLC, an evolution of 5G URLLC, but taken to a whole new, almost unbelievable level. While 5G aimed for 1 millisecond latency, 6G is targeting microsecond level delays. That is 1000 of a millisecond, and with reliability approaching 99.9999996 timelines, we are talking about a network so dependable it can handle life or death tasks. So, what does this enable? Remote surgery with haptic feedback. Imagine a surgeon in New York performing a heart operation on a patient in New Delhi, using a robotic arm that feel the tissue, the resistance, the heartbeat, all transmitted in real time over 6G. The surgeon feels what the robot feels. That's the tactile internet. Or think about industrial automation. Factories where machines collaborate with human operator across continents. A technician in Germany guiding a robot in Vietnam using gesture and touch control with zero lag. And it is not just healthcare and industries. Gamers, get ready. 6G will enable full body haptic suits that let you feel rain, wind, or a punch in a virtual world. Sports fan could feel the rumble of a stadium from their living room. This is possible because 6G will integrate sensing and communication. Your network won't just send data, it will sense movement, pressure, temperature, and transmit that too. And with AI powered predictive control, the network can anticipate your next move, reducing perceived latency even further. So, while 5G made self driving car possible, 6G EURLC will unlock a world where teleoperated robots, remote manufacturing, and real time skill sharing become part of everyday life. The internet is no longer just for information. In 6G, it is for experience and even touch. Now, let's zoom way out, because while we have been talking about speed and touch, there is another silent revolution happening, connecting at a planetary scale. Welcome to massive ambient connectivity, the 6G evolution of 5G MMTC. In 5G, we talk about millions of IoT devices, but with 6G, we are moving into a whole new dimension, trillions of devices. And here, many of them with will have no batteries. Yes, you heard that right. Zero energy IoT. How? By harvesting energy from the environment. That devices that power themselves from Wi-Fi signal, light, heat, or even radio waves in the air. Imagine a city where every wall, every street light, every window is alive with tiny sensors, silently monitoring air quality, humidity, noise, and motion, all communicating over 6G without ever needing a battery change. These devices or sensors are not just collecting raw data, they will process information locally using edge AI and only send insight when it matters. That means less congestion, more efficiency, and smarter decision making. The use cases are endless. In smart farming, soil sensors that self power and report crop health in real time. For disaster management, dust size sensor in forest detecting early signs of wildfires. In healthcare, tiny wearables or even implantable microsensor that monitor glucose, heart rate, or brain activity, transmitting data without draining your phone's battery. And with 6G, reconfigurable intelligent surface, smart walls and windows that reflect and shape signals, even the smallest, hardest to reach devices will stay connected. This is not just the Internet of Things, it is the Internet of everything, where our entire world become a living, breathing, connected network. And the best part, you won't even notice it is there. Now, let's step into most visually stunning promise of 6G, holographic type communication, HTC, a world where screens become obsolete and 3D hologram replace video calls, presentation, and even entertainment. Imagine this: you are at home, you say, Siri, call mom, and suddenly a life size 3D hologram of her appear in your living room, not on a screen but floating in space. You can walk around her, see her experience in full depth, and interact like she's really there. This is magic of HTC, powered by 6G ultra high bandwidth, ultra low latency, and advanced spatial rendering. This is not just for personal call. Think about education. Imagine a holographic professor teaching quantum physics, literally holding and rotating atoms in the air. Design and engineering, architect walking through holographic building before the build. Entertainment, concert where your favorite artist perform as a hologram in your backyard. And unlike today's AR VR, where you need bulky headset, 6G could unlock glasses free 3D displays using light field technology and intelligent beamforming. But here's the challenge: a single hologram can require hundreds of gigabits per second of data. That's why 6G terahertz spectrum and AI compression are essential to make real time holography practical. And with AI generated avatars, you could even send a digital twin of yourself to meeting while you sleep. Your avatar speaking, gesturing, and responding intelligently. So, while 5G gave us video calls, 6G will give us presence without travel. The screen era is ending, the holographic era is beginning. Now, let's talk about the real brain behind 6G, the invisible intelligence making all of this possible, which is AI native networking. In 5G, AI was used on top of the network for optimization, prediction, and automation. But in 6G, AI is no longer an add on, it is built into the network's DNA, right from the physical layer up and upward. This means the network does not just use AI, the network is AI itself. Imagine this: a 6G network that predict congestion before it happens and reroute traffic automatically. A network that learns user behavior, knows when you are about to stream a movie and preloading content ahead of time. A self-healing network that detects a failing node and reconfigure itself in milliseconds. A network that understands context, knowing the difference between a life critical surgery stream and a cat video and prioritize accordingly. This is cognitive networking, where the system think, adapt, and evolve, and it goes deeper with semantic communication. Today, networks send every single bit of raw data, but 6G will change that. With AI devices, will communicating meaning, like how humans speak. Instead of sending a full video file, your phone might just send a summary, like person waving, smiling, saying hello, and the receivers restructure it. This saves massive bandwidth and energy. AI will also power intelligent reflecting surfaces, advanced beamforming, and the smarter spectrum sharing, making the whole system more resilient and efficient. And with federated learning, devices can train AI models locally without sharing raw data, enhancing privacy and security. So, 6G is not just about speed, it is smarter, more efficient, and more human. It is not just a network anymore, it is becoming a digital nervous system for the entire planet. So, now that we have broken down the six pillars of 6G, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Because at the end of the day, this is not just about faster technology, it is about humanity. 6G won't simply be an upgrade, it is going to be a transformation. In healthcare, remote diagnostic, AI doctors, even robotic surgery could bring quality care accessible to everyone, even in remote villages. In education, immersive holographic classroom, could close the global education gap for our climate. Trillions of sensors could monitor emission, deforestation, and ocean health in real time, giving us powerful tool against climate change. And for inclusion, AI powered translation and haptic feedback could tear down language and disability barriers. But it is not all sunshine. 6G will raise huge questions about privacy, security, energy use, and digital fairness. Terahertz waves may raise health concerns. AI could lead to bias or misuse if not carefully managed. And with a trillion sensor out there, who really owns the data? That's why the real challenge is not just building 6G, global collaboration, ethical framework, and inclusive designs are critical. Because 6G is not just about speed, it is about shaping a future that's fair, sustainable, and human centered. And here the truth that future is not decades away, it is being built right now. So, with that being said, it brings us to the end of today's episode. Are you ready for a world of hologram, tactile internet, and AI powered network? The 6G revolution is not just waiting, it is already in motion in labs, in startups, in global standard bodies. If you found this valuable, drop a review and share this podcast. Help spread the word about the next wave of innovation because the future is not just coming, we are building it together. And don't forget to hit the follow button and rate the show on your favorite platform so you will always get updated with new technologies and trends. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep pushing boundaries. And as the music fades in, take a moment to reflect on today's key takeaways. Thank you. Take care. God bless and catch you in the next one. Bye.